Bill Gates says it really well. Men and women, business people, overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, but they underestimate what they can accomplish in 5. And I think that really comes back to like the law of the harvest, which is planting those seeds today and not getting caught up in the results and really minimizing the spirit of comparison, because I have a 5-year plan. And if I want to get to here, and somebody else is here already, well, if I'm focused on them, I'm not going to be able to get to this other destination I want. 100%. And I can celebrate their success because their success doesn't impact mine.
Right. Hey, everybody. I'm Kelly.
This is Jay.
We're here with the Level Up Podcast, where we are so hoping to elevate your business and your life. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you.
Today, we're going to talk about burnout, resiliency. I mean, I don't know about you, but like sometimes,
That's
it happens.
A big key. It's a big driver.
Yeah.
I think that it's something that no matter what it is in life, if you're not locked in and just staying consistent, you're never going to be able to reach your full potential.
So let's walk through it, because obviously our industry has been through a couple of years of just challenge. It's been a difficult, I would just say daily it's been difficult conversations, difficult with the market, difficult. So how do you stay just consistent and resilient? Because of the people I know, by far, there's just something special about the way your brain is wired. So pour into us.
Thankfully, I had a dad that probably engineered my brain. He had a college professor, and this was at the University of Idaho. So this is not like a super warm area. And this guy changed his life.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he thought he was dumb and not a good student, and he's only there because of basketball. And this guy changed his life, told him he could be smart, and he was kind of like this bigger, gruff guy. And anyway, they're walking by one day, and he said something like, my dad's made a comment of like, it was cold outside and he didn't like it. And the professor said, you create your own weather.
You create your own weather.
So that narrative was something that was always talked about, is we get to control our internal temperature.
That's right.
We get to control our internal spirit. And so we can make it a sunny day, Miss Sunshine, right? No matter what the weather's doing outside. And so I think it comes back to those components. I think that the loss of motivation or consistency always comes back to you haven't get locked in on your why, or you lost sight of it.
Yeah.
And so, that metaphor Darren Hardy uses in his book about just recalibrating all the time, and that if you're in a plane ride and if you're going from LA to New York, if you get off 1 degree to the north, you end up in Boston. 1 degree to the south, you're in Philly. And I mean, that's a long journey. So those pilots are having to recalibrate all the time.
Yeah.
Because if you let go of the wheel, you're not losing 1 degree. You're going to be down on Punta Mita, which might be nice if that's where you want to go. But if you want to get to New York, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And so in our lives, what are our tools? What are the things that we're doing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, to make sure we're recalibrating, that we're locked in? Why am I doing this? What's my bigger purpose? Because if it's money, if it's like being number one, if it's any of these external components, those all tire and fade. And so we have to look at what are the things that are driving our bus? Like, what's the gas in the tank? And so to me, the things that I do that are consistent is, pray, educate myself, look at, spiritual growth. But I'm a big believer of like locking back into your goals with repetition and consistency, and using affirmation on a daily basis. So I would say the affirmations outside of prayer are my top 2 things to focus on.
So talk me through that. How are you doing affirmations? Are you writing Post-its, putting them on your mirrors? Are you just saying it? Are you saying it to yourself? Are you verbalizing it?
I've done all, and what I'm most consistent with is just the writing amount.
Okay.
And because obviously I'm saying it in my head, sometimes I'll say it out loud. If I'm in a rush and I don't have it, then I might say it in the car.
Yeah.
I did for a long time. I recorded me going through my IMs,
Okay.
and I had it on my iPhone, and I was playing it while I was driving. So I just hear my voice say it because it was like a quick to get your
Yeah.
work hack. So I've tried a bunch of different things around that,
Yeah.
but it always comes back to the reasons why I want to, reflect being a hard worker and showing up and being consistent and not letting my externals dictate my internal. But I think there's also another component of this, which is, where does your identity come from? And I feel like so many people have gotten caught up in an identity trap.
Yes.
And it's the identity of our performance, the identity of our outcomes. And maybe it's because I had some failures and I fell flat on my face, and I've had some successes. And I know at the end of the day, it really doesn't change a whole lot. The people that really love you are going to love you the same.
Yes.
If they are good people and like they're in your life, that are in your corner.
Right.
And so, fake friends or fake people.
Yeah.
And the other piece is, like there's so much around, this idea of gratitude, that once you get above the poverty level, like your externals aren't going to change your life dramatically.
Right.
And it's amazing to me. Jen and I we travel, we always go to places, and you see the joy that people have, and they don't have anything what we have. But what they do have is they have community, and they have a purpose, and they're trying to go make an impact in their little pocket. And so to me, it's like, what am I here for today? What am I locked into? And then the last thing, I was talking to Jordan Davis the other day about this, is I've kind of set 5-year plans, because I think thinking about doing mortgage forever can sometimes feel hard for people. If you're in your late 20s, your mid 30s, you're like, am I going to really do this forever?
Yeah.
And what I've just kind of said is just like set 5 and 10-year goals.
Yeah.
And locked in on those, and just said, hey, I'm marching to that, because I've always felt a lot more palatable than like a 30-year goal.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like, I love mortgage. I've done this for 23 years, but do I really want to do this for, another 40 from now? But I know, hey, I'm locked in. I'm going to be doing this until Gia graduates from high school.
Okay.
And that's a point where I'm going to say, okay, where's my flavor? Where's my joy? But I'm locked into my role, and I'm going to be pushing hard on that. Bill Gates says it really well. Men and women, business people, overestimate what they can accomplish in a year, but they underestimate what they can accomplish in 5. And I think that really comes back to like the law of the harvest, which is planting those seeds today and not getting caught up in the results, and really minimizing the spirit of comparison, because I have a 5-year plan.
Yeah.
And if I want to get to here, and somebody else is here already, well, if I'm focused on them, I'm not going to be able to get to this other destination I want.
100%.
And I can celebrate their success, because their success doesn't impact mine.
Right.
I can use them as motivation. I can use that as encouragement. I can use that as perspective,
Yeah. But the mortgage industry is tough, because it's very much a comparison thing.
Yeah.
I mean, whether it's at this company or any company or the industry itself, it's just all the rankings and all this kind of stuff. And I totally hear what you're saying.
And if that's going to be, those are things that we all have the choice to turn our dial on and off.
That's right.
If that's a motivator for you,
Yeah.
turn that volume up.
Right.
If that's not, change the channel.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in that. I've told some people, if the production report impacts your spirit, don't open the email.
Right.
So if you and I could go smash a Red Bull, it would be good for an hour, but that's not going to sustain us for the whole day.
Right.
And so we also need to look at what are the things that we're locking in on, because what I know is revenge, proving somebody else wrong, showing them up. Those are futile.
Yeah.
Those burn up.
Yeah.
But purpose, value, a legacy, those are the things that have real big purpose. And I think for me, obviously, a driver is to honor my folks.
Yeah.
But a big driver for me is to represent the work ethic that I want to see in my children.
Yeah.
And like my wife and I, like we put it on them.
Yeah.
Now, and people are like, your kids are spoiled. Well, yeah, they are, but they are also expected to deliver and on the things they're to-dos.
Yeah.
But we have no right to ask them to do their stuff if we're not going to do ours.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
You know, like how many parents I see, they're dragging their kid to soccer and all these trainings, and like they don't look like they've trained very much, you know? And so like I've told my daughter, like, hey, if I'm not working out, if your mom's not working out, then you know what? Then you got no obligation to work out. But part of the reason why like I get in the gym with consistency is I'm pretty locked in on my whys.
Yeah.
I want to be a good role model for my kids. I want to play with my grandkids. I want to be able to get on the beach when I'm 70, 75, 80 and knock my grandson around. That's my hope. You know, and so at the end of the day, being able to know your why is the greatest fuel that will take you through the highs and the lows and the ups and the downs.
I love that. I'm just sitting here soaking it in. Well, you guys, when Jay is on, he is on. There's no question about it. And I hope you know what an impact you have on so many people, and just how lucky we are to have you here at Cornerstone, and just share like your head and your heart.
I'm lucky to
Beautiful
be here.
thing.
I feel fortunate to be with you.
All right, guys, we'll see ya.